Okay, this is a quick little overview on another Nathan Dewey knife that he had sent to me to have a look at. This is an interesting build by Nathan. This particular Stilletosong has a kind of a special feature to it, and that is one side is titanium. It's kind of this brushed titanium, really cool looking. He anodized it a very light purple and blue, as you guys can see. But if you look at the other side, it's a G10. Very cool, very cool build that he has. Nathan said he was kind of influenced by the Strider folders in coming up with this composite handle design. And as you see, it does come with the pocket clip. I didn't wear it around because it's a custom and he will be selling this, and I didn't want to, damage it or anything like that. But from what I can tell, it's very secure. It's very secure and seems like it would hold up pretty well for EDC. So the latch is also a G10. The latch is G10 with a steel pin through it. I actually like the G10 material for a latch. From my experience, although it's limited experience, G10 holds up pretty well actually. And the reason I like it is because it keeps the bite handle, or whichever handle that it's mounted on, it keeps the weight more neutral than a steel latch. A steel latch, you can kind of feel the weight bias ever so slightly after you flip a knife a while, but the G10 keeps it much lighter, so the bite handle and the safe handle are a little bit more equal in weight. Obviously, once you throw a metal pocket clip on there, it changes things, but nonetheless, it's still nice to have this a little bit lighter. So let's go ahead and open it up. Now, here's another interesting feature of this build. I don't know if you guys can ID it right away. Does that blade look familiar at all? He calls this the Stilletosong, but this blade was actually ground from one of our BRS Blade Runner Systems Alpha Beast blade blanks. We gave Nathan one just to experiment with, see what he came up with, and I have to say it's a pretty interesting grind. I like the idea behind it. It's really cool because I like when the grinds kind of leave a little bit of meat throughout the blade. Just kind of looks cool to me. And if you're wondering, this is not a swedge. This is an actual edge. So it's very sharp, just as sharp as the belly of the blade, and it has quite a tip to it. That right there is me forgetting that this has a sharp swedge. I went for a transfer and forgot, and it nicked me pretty bad. Actually, Nathan, maybe you could do a double edge one day. That'd be kind of cool, because if you continued this all the way down, it'd basically be a double edge. I mean, obviously you ground this a little bit higher, but you could do this evenly, and that'd make for a pretty cool grind. So yeah, this was one of the Alpha BC midtech blade blanks that he worked from. So that's what makes it kind of significant. It's got the Blade Runner's blade blank as that the knife was ground from, and then it has a Nathan Dewey handles and design idea. Now, I didn't flip it a whole lot, to be honest, guys, because I've just been a little bit pressed for time. But I have to say, when I did flip it, it felt really good. He has G10 spacers back here, so the weight is really just from the tie slabs, but very well balanced. It has sufficient weight to really carry enough momentum for rollovers and all the tricks that you might do. I found it to be actually very well balanced, to be honest with you. I thought it was I thought it felt great when I was flipping it. Didn't take me a lot of time to adjust to. Just right out of the box, I was able to flip it pretty neutrally. And one thing that I was concerned about because of this composite build, I thought for some reason it might cause some type of a weird weight bias. Like the idea in my head anyway was, okay, so I'm holding it like this now, so isn't it heavier, you know, I don't know, when the tie is down as opposed to when it's up like this? But that's not really the case, because when you have it like this, when it's moving, I'll put it this way, when it's moving horizontally, it really doesn't matter because this is all moving as one unit, so the momentum's pretty much the same. And when you move it vertically, I thought that it would cause a bias, but it's really not, because these handles are obviously together, because they're from the pivot and the spacer, it moves as one, so the weight kind of carries as one. And I didn't really notice whether you start a rollover with the G10 side up or the tie side up. Didn't really make a difference. So the balance is still good, despite the fact that the two handle slabs are significantly different in weight, but because they are one unit, it kind of feels the same. So kind of a cool way to make a lightweight bali, but still have a little bit of a strength and a nice titanium material to it. And the length and the dimensions are nice and long, so it made for a good flipper, I gotta say. He went with T8 screws back here, and it's just one set that goes all the way through the spacer and into the handle, so it's kind of a simplistic design. Very cool. And over here we have Nathan usually includes a little certificate of authenticity, and he writes a little bit of something. Stilletosong with a BRS blade, black and blue G10 with titanium. Oh, it's 154 cm. It's a good steel. He calls it a bayonet grind with a sharps wedge. Finished on June 3rd, Lake County, Indiana. And yes, he does have a lifetime warranty, from what I've seen, that he honors. He really does honor that. I've seen him answer very quickly to people, so I like that. That he does that. That's very cool. His own little warranty. And another cool little feature is he actually included spare parts, T8 screws, some washers, you know, in case the user needs some spares. So it's pretty cool too. Looks like there's some bushings in there. So I guess it's see, I'm applying some pressure, and it is, let's see, this one flowing, this one looks like this handle is a little bit more flowing than this one if I'm squeezing. But but overall they both swing very freely, and perhaps if this pivot is played with, you'd have that a little bit of looseness when squeezing the handles. But I guess it's also bushing driven, so very cool. This is one of my favorites from Nathan. I think it's a very well constructed Stilletosong. So as always, thanks for watching, and Nathan will have information about this particular build if someone happens to be interested. I don't want to answer on his behalf, so check out the JD. PM him directly on YouTube or JD, and I'm sure he'll be more than willing to answer your questions. Thanks for watching.